Tonight, a group of sex crime survivors is slamming the Queens DA for a plea deal they say lets a serial rapist off easy. The I-Team has been reporting on this case for years. A doctor accused of video recording unconscious women as he raped or sexually abused them. Now, as 𝐋𝐢𝐚𝐤𝐝 reports, some of his survivors say there are multiple rapes caught on video that he still hasn't fessed up to.
You also have the right to present witnesses in your...
When Dr. 𝐬𝐚𝐢𝐝 pleaded guilty last month to raping or sexually abusing 8 women and video recording many of the crimes, Queens DA Melinda Katz wrote this: "We hope the guilty plea allows all the victims to continue to heal." Now, in exclusive interviews with the I-Team, some of Cheng's victims say that plea deal is causing them more pain. These 3 women who say Cheng drugged them and sexually violated them are now blasting the deal with the DA because it drops dozens of charges, including 9 counts of predatory sex assault, each of which carried a max sentence of life in prison. Instead, the DA is recommending 24 years behind bars, which could free the 35-year-old doctor before he turns 60.
You have this obligation to, victims of crime, and you're just like letting people off lightly like this. Why?
There are a lot of women, and I think he deserves more years.
It's not just the time in prison that concerns these survivors. They also point out the plea, as it was discussed in court, makes no mention of multiple videos found on Dr. Cheng's digital devices allegedly showing him sexually assault other women who've never been identified in places like Westchester County, Manhattan, Las Vegas, San Francisco, and Thailand. 2 years ago, the DA herself urged the public for tips.
It's important that people reach out to us so that we can make the identifications.
And this is an international mystery, right?
Nicholas Liakas represents several victims of Dr. Cheng who are now urging the judge to reject the plea deal. He said he can't understand why the Queens DA, with so much video evidence, would cut any deal without forcing Cheng to name every unknown victim.
You have a hammer over this person's head. All of the evidence you can imagine in a criminal case, you have it hovering over him, and they really didn't get much in return. And I don't think the public has been fully served by this, for lack of a better term, sweetheart deal.
Queens DA Melinda Katz declined the I-Team's request for an interview and did not answer several specific questions about the plea deal. Her office did send us a statement saying all 8 Queens victims were initially content with the plea, adding, Cheng is a predator with a medical degree who was responsible for some of the most egregious conduct we have ever seen committed by someone who took the Hippocratic Oath. Our investigators and prosecutors spent hundreds of hours painstakingly reviewing thousands of files to build a strong case, which resulted in a plea that includes a substantial prison sentence. The statement does not address the other videos allegedly showing rapes of unknown victims. Dr. Cheng's attorney also declined to talk about those videos. With regard to any uncharged crimes, he said, "We cannot comment."
Should the DA demand that Dr. Cheng tell what he knows about these other videos?
Definitely. Definitely.
We didn't get answers for everyone as to what exactly happened. I feel like a lot more could have been done on the part of the DA.
He is getting off light. He can kind of rebuild his life because he's fairly young.
Another reason these women now oppose the plea deal, they say it serves to protect Cheng's former hospital, New York Presbyterian Queens, because the plea makes no mention of how Cheng obtained the sedatives he was accused of using to drug patients and other victims. They're now suing the hospital, alleging lax oversight allowed Cheng to prey on unconscious women.
They were harboring a rapist in their hospital.
Spokespersons for New York Presbyterian and for the Queens DA both said the hospital played no role in any aspect of the Dr. Cheng plea agreement. Cheng is scheduled to be sentenced at the end of August. Some of his survivors expecting to be in the courtroom to ask the judge not to accept this deal. 𝐋𝐢𝐚𝐤𝐝, News 4 New York.